Hey there, Geometry Cats. Today we're going to be looking at Geometry Semester 2, Part 2 review. Alright, so let's get to it. This is from page 621, number 42. Alright, you can see I am in the classroom right now. So, if you look at that, you could either treat that like it's a trapezoid, or you can treat it like a parallelogram and triangle. I'm going to do the latter, because you need to know both formulas anyway. Alright? So first thing I'm going to do is find the area of that parallelogram, this thing right here. Well, they give me a height and they give me a base. Parallelogram's area is base times height. So all I have to do is do b times h. For this one, our base is 15. Our height is 21, right? That'll be the area of the parallelogram, which is 315. Next, I need to find the area of that triangle. Alright, so now a triangle is 1/2 base times height, right? So for this one, my base is 20, because it's right here. And my height is the same as the parallelogram, which is 21. So 1/2 20 times 21 is 210. Then I add those together, I get 525 centimeters squared. Alright, we're almost there. Next, on page 655, number 31, we need to find the length of the red arc. Alright, so if this is 60 degrees, first we have to find the degree measure. If that's 60 degrees, what's this red arc? Well, it's 180 minus 60 degrees. 180 minus 60 degrees is 120 degrees is your arc measure. Now we can use our formula, which is our degrees over 360 times our formula, so it's formula for circumference is 2 pi r, or pi times diameter. This one they give us diameter, right? So I'm going to do 24 pi. Now, I'm going to do some fancy reducing here. Zeros cancel. 12 divided by 36 is the same thing as 1/3. 24 pi. 24 divided by 3 is 8, so I get 8 pi feet. There we go. So it's degree over 360 times your circumference will give you arc length. Alright, we're booking it now. Next, we're looking at page 671, number 8. Number 8, it says, what's the probability that if we drop an arrow, we get CH? Alright, so we found how long CH is. CH is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 possible CH dropping locations. But remember, probability is always part over total. How many total spots are there? Well, there's 10. So it's 5/10 or 1/2 chance that we land on CH. Alright? Alright. Part over whole, count them. Now we have to find the area of this trapezoid. Mamma mia, and there's trig involved. Oi. Alright, so in order to do this one, what I'm going to do is first pause, because I need to... Alright, first thing I got to do is figure out what kind of shape that's. Well, that's a trapezoid. This trapezoid, I'm going to use 1/2 my height times base 1 plus base 2, right? So now I need to find this stuff. Well, according to this, my base 1 is 11. My base 2 is 21, because it's both those combined, right? My height, I don't know yet. I have an angle and one side, so I gotta use trig. Alright? So, I could use trig or realize this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And if this is 6, h is 6 root 3. Now you could also get this answer by doing trig and all other jazz, but who wants that? Now I have everything I need, so I'm going to do 1/2 my height times my base plus my base plus my base. That's embarrassing. So that's 3 times root 3. 11 plus 21 is 32. 3 times 32 is 96 root 3 millimeters squared. Alright? Next, we have to do our diagonal. Or I'm not our diagonal, number 12. So number 12 is a kite. A kite's formula is 1/2 D1 times D2, right? The mighty ducks. Alright. So I need to find my diagonals, and I need to find them fast. So first thing, we'll call this diagonal 1. Well, diagonal 1 is 13, because it's 6.5 plus 6.5. Diagonal 2 is 10 plus 8, so it's 18. I do half of those. And what's that? 9 times 13. 9 times 13 is 117 centimeters squared. Alright. Alright, next one we're looking at, I think, is number 17. It's find the area of a regular hexagon with a perimeter of 240. I'm going to kind of just briefly go over this. Remember, the area of any regular thing is 1/2 perimeter times apothem. Alright? So for this, it was a hexagon. Oh, jeez, it's going to be bad drawing. Alright, let's try this again. It's going to be hexagon. Alright, sorry, remember, your apothem is this right here. Now for this one, they gave you perimeter, which is weird. So I'd have to do perimeter divide by 6, which gives you 40, be the side length. That's 40. This half right here is 20. And since it's a hexagon, you divide it by 360 divided by 6 gives you 60. So each half of this is 30 degrees. And then you have to do trig to find your apothem. Or you can use, it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. That's 20. A is 20 root 3. Or you could have used trig and you would have gotten like 34.6. Alright, and then I just plug into my formula. 1/2, my perimeter was 240. My apothem's 34.6. Or 20 root 3 is actually the better one. And if you did that and wanted to leave it in a radical form, which I do, you get 2,400 root 3 centimeters squared. Alright. Now that's the really tough way to do it. Alright, these are not easy. But what if I told you on the exam there's a possibility I give you the apothem and a side length? Now if I give you apothem and side length, please multiply your side length by how many sides to get perimeter and do 1/2 perimeter times whatever that apothem is I give you. Alright, again, just find the perimeter and the apothem and plug it in. This one was a lot more difficult. Also know your 36-90 triangles. They're really important. Watch other videos on them if you don't like the way I explain it. Alright. Next one. Oh, no. So this one was a regular quadrilateral with a radius 2. So we have to draw a square. And now our radius goes from here to here. It's 2. Now for a square, I want to find side length. That's 90. In a square, hopefully you understand if that's 90 split in half is 45 degrees. So it's a 45-45 right triangle. Now, from here I can use trig. If I wanted to, you could do like, sine of 45 equals x over 2 to find this side. Because if you find the side length of a square, you're all set. I'm not going to use trig though. I'm going to use 45-45 triangles. We should get the same answer. Oh, nearest 10th? Maybe I'll do trig this time. So multiply both sides by 2. You could have also done 2 divided by square root 2 with the side length if you use 45 triangles. So let me grab my calculation machine. I got 1.4. So this is 1.4. Well, if that's 1.4, my whole side length is 2.8 because it's 2 of them. And if it's a square, that means this is 2.8. And then for area, I just do 2.8 times 2.8. And I got 7.84. 4 meters squared. Alright. Sorry, I didn't mean to pause it. Alright, next question. I left my list up there. Oh no. Alright, we're doing number 43. That's a circle. Area of a circle is, of course, pi r squared. My radius is 12. 12 squared is 144, so I get 144 pi, leave pi in your answer, inches squared. It's painless. Next is 46. Ay, this one's going to hurt a little bit. Ay. So we're finding the area of this piece right here, right? So what I'm going to first have to do is find the area of that sector. Sector is a piece of a circle. I'm going to subtract from that triangle, right? So now for the sector area, do you see how this makes up a quarter of a circle? So I'm going to do 1/4, or you can do 90 over 360, which is 1/4, times the area of the circle, which is pi 8 squared, because it's pi r squared. I'm going to subtract from that. It's a right triangle. That's 8, this is 8, because all radii on a circle are congruent. So if that's 8, the other one's 8. Minus my area of a circle or triangle is 1/2 8 times 8. So I get 64 over 4 pi minus half of 64 is 32. I'll plug that in my calculator. Reduce that. I got about 18.3 centimeters squared. Alright? Alright. Next up, page 747, number 24. Wait, 24. Oh, here we go. So you have two prisms. One's 4 centimeters, the other one's 10. What's their scale factor? Well, it's 4 over 10 or 4 to 10. Both are fine. Now, those do reduce, so please make it 2 to 5 or 2/5. It'll make your life a lot easier. Now, ratio of surface areas. Surface area is squared, so I square both of them. So this becomes 2 squared over 5 squared, or 4 over 25. Now for volume, that's squared units. So for volume, you cube them. Wait, you cube all your units. So this becomes 2 cubed over 5 cubed, which is 8 over 125. Alright, next we have number 9 on page 755. We're looking at a sphere. We need to find surface area and volume. Our surface area formula is 4 pi r squared. Our volume formula is 4/3 pi r cubed. So surface area we do 4. Our radius is 4 squared. And 4 squared is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. So this is 64 pi feet squared. Now for this beast, I have to cube it because I cubed my stuff for volume, of course. So r is 4. 4 to the third. 4/3. Alright, so 4 to the third is 64. 64 times 4 is what? 216, I think. Oh, my calculator's off. Silly guy. Yeah, it's 256. So you get 256 over 3 pi feet cubed. Alright. Now, this is a pyramid. So for a pyramid, our surface area is what? Our LA, our lateral area is perimeter times slant height, 1/2. And then our surface area is that plus base. So first off, let's find my stuff. What's my perimeter and my base? Well, it's 8 for each side, and there's 4 sides, so it's 4 times 8, which is 32. My slant height is given to me, it is 9. And B is my area of the base, which it's a square, so it's 8 times 8, which is 64. Alright, so now time to plug it all in for surface area. So I do 1/2 my perimeter times my slant height will give me lateral area, right? So it's 16 times 9, 144. So now my surface area is my lateral area plus my area, my base, which we said before was 64. Why am I using a calculator? I'm getting lazy. My surface area is 208 inches squared. So now I have to find the volume. The volume of pyramid is 1/3 base times height. So I already told you that our base was 64, but now I need to find height. So I make this into a right triangle, right? Half of 8 is 4. So I can use Pythagorean theorem, where 9 is my hypotenuse. So my height squared plus 4 squared equals my hypotenuse squared, right? Oh, get you back. Right? 9 squared is 81 minus 4 squared. So I get h squared equals 65. And square root both of them. Woo! So h equals square root of 65, or 8.1. So now I do my volume as 1/3 my base, which I said was 64, times 8.1. Which is 172 inches cubed. All right, here we go. This is number 11 on page 755. Find lateral area, or find surface area and volume. First off, for volume, it's a rectangular prism. Just do length times width times height, please. LWH. So for this one, I'm going to do 4 times 11 times 5. Order doesn't matter. 55 times 4 is a number. It's 220. 220 centimeters cubed. Now for surface area, there's that formula, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find each face and times it by 2. The front face is 4 by 11, so it's 44. The top of the box is 5 by 11, so it's 55. And the side of the box is 4 by 5, which is 20. 4 times 5 is 20. So I do 20 plus 44 plus 55, which is a number. That's 119, I think. So you get 119, and we times it by 2 because you can flip it over, and that's 238 centimeters squared. Ta-da! All right, next one. All right, now we have a cone, right? We have a cone. So for this one, I use my surface area is lateral area plus base. And my lateral area is what? It's 1/2 2 pi r. Height, or for this one, it's just pi, or slant height. Pi times the radius times slant height, right? And my base is the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. So I need to find a radius, and I need to find a slant height. So for slant height, oh no, it's not given to us, so I gotta use Pythagorean theorem. Right triangle. So I'm gonna do 5 squared plus 6 squared equals L squared. Elsa squared. So I get 61 equals L squared. Square root it. 7.8. So that's my slant height. Now I have what's necessary to go back and plug it into here. So pi times our radius, which is 5, times my slant height. So that's 122.5. I'm going to add to that pi r squared, which is pi times 5 squared. $78.5. And I'm going to add those two together. I get 201 meters squared equals surface area. Now let's do volume. Volume is 1/3 pi r squared height. Well, we have everything. Our radius is 5, our height is 6. So 1/3 pi 5 squared times 6. 6 times 25, it's 150 times pi is 471. Divide that by 3. I got 157 meters cubed. Alright? Alright. Last one's a cylinder. What's in the can? Alright, for cylinder, surface area is, well, lateral area plus 2 base, because there's 2 ends to it. Our lateral area is our circumference, so 2 pi r, times height, up. And our volume is pi r squared height. Alright, so we need height and we need a radius. Oh, they're given to us. This is our height and this is our radius. We can just start chugging along. Alright, so first let's find lateral area. Oh, by the way, based on this one is pi r squared, because it's a circle, of course. Alright, so we do 2 pi times our radius times our height. Should I round it or leave it? I'm going to leave this one in terms of pi for fun. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 8 is 48 pi. And then I'm going to add that plus 2 pi r squared. Whoops. Which our radius is 3. 3 squared is 9. 9 times 2 is 18 pi. 48 plus 18 is 66 pi centimeters squared. Volume's a lot easier. We just do pi times our radius squared times our height. 9 times 8 is 72 pi centimeters cubed. Alright, I'm back, guys. Home stretch. Whoop. Alright, let's do this page. All of them. 1 through 8 on page 815. Alright, so here we go. Number 1. Find x. Oh, x is tricky. Alright, so what you need to know is if that's a tangent, then this forms a right angle, right? So to find that whole length, that's the hypotenuse of a triangle. So I can do 24 squared plus 32 squared equals x squared. And 24 squared plus 32 squared is 1600. So x equals 40 when I square root both sides. But that's not x, that's actually the whole thing. So I have to subtract 32, because that's my radius. From here to here is 32 to get what's left over. So that's 8. So x is actually 8, because I have to subtract the radius from it. Alright, let's take a look at number 2. Alright, this whole thing across is 12, which means this half is 6. And now if that's x, if I draw that in, that's also x, because all radii are equal. Alright? So, I can use Pythagorean theorem. 4 squared plus 6 squared equals x squared. So that's 16 plus 36 equals x squared. That's 52 equals x squared. Square root it, please. It said find the nearest tenth. So I got 7.2 equals x. Alright? Alright, number 3. Alright. So what they're saying is this is 60 degrees. Find z. What? Whoa! Alright, so if this is... I'm going to zoom in on this. Get out of my way, face. Get out of my way, face. Wow! Alright, stop it. Whoop. Alright, so that's 60 degrees. Z is going to be twice the angle of this one. I don't know what that is though. How do I find the angle? Well, do you see how this is a semicircle right here? If that's a semicircle, that's 180 degrees, and half of 180 is 90. So that is a right angle. So I have a 60, 90, 30, and then I do 30 times 2 is 60, which is Z. Alright. Now number 4. Whoa! Alright, those are chords in a circle, so I should know the formula. 2x equals 3 times 7. 2x equals 21. Divide by 2, and x equals 10.5. 4 more to go. Stretch her out. Alright, I'm ready to go. Mamma mia! We got a lot of problems to do, guys. Alright, number 5. Let's find y first, because so this is 145, this is 60. Let's find, oh, we can't yet, we gotta find x first. Let's find x first, just kidding. This angle's outside, so if it's outside, it's equal to 1/2 your big angle minus your little angle, which is x. So I need to get, first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that half by timesing both sides by 2. So I get 80 equals 106 minus x. Then I subtract 106 over. So I get negative 26 equals negative x. So x equals 26. Alright? Now if that is 26, then I need to find this arc. And this arc is going to be whatever is left over when we subtract the other 3 arcs from 360. So you go 360 minus 145 minus 106 minus 26. And I got this arc was 83 degrees. If that arc's 83 degrees, y is half of that. Because it's on the inside, just like we did with the earlier one. So 83 divided by 2 is 41.5. Alright. Now let's do 6. Alright, let's find angle A first. Angle A is on the inside, and we have 2 of those. So we do 1/2, 165 plus 55. So I got that to be A is 110 degrees. Now if A is 110 degrees, B plus A equals 180 because they form a linear pair. So this is 180 minus 110, which is 70 degrees. Alright, last 2 guys. Alright, number 7. I do piece times whole. That piece is 12, the whole is whatever 12 plus x is, equals my piece times whole. 10 plus 20 is 30. The whole thing's 30. So 12 times 12 is 144 plus 12x equals 300. Alright? Now I subtract 144 over. I get 12x equals, that's going to be 166, 56. I divide by 12, and x equals 13. Last problem. Alright, here we go. So, on number 8, piece times whole, but piece times whole is the same thing, so it's x squared equals piece times whole. 4 plus 12 is 16. So I get x squared equals 64, square root both sides, and x equals 8. Enjoy! Get ready for the exam, guys!